Hi everyone. Today I'll be making a short video, hopefully that will be helpful for anyone who, like me, has a lot of books, likes old books, and has some books that need cleaning. And so that'll be the focus of today's video. So a few videos ago, I showed a book set that I got recently, and namely that is the Selected Works of Ramon Lowell. And I had been looking for this set for a long time, and it just recently came up for a reasonable price, so I ordered it and it got shipped to me, and I found that on the top there was it was like some grime. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't want to know what it was, but it was dirty, and really the book wasn't readable. At least for me, I'm pretty particular about things, and it was clear that there was something like caked on top, and I don't know if it was dust or moist animal hair or something. I don't even really want to know what it was, but I knew I had to clean it off because there is no chance of me getting another set of this book here, this 2-volume set. So I did some research and I looked at reasonable ways to clean, because of course I couldn't just wet a towel or something like that. It would ruin the book. I also didn't want something that was abrasive. I know you can use, I've heard of people using sandpaper, really fine sandpaper. And I didn't want to do that because obviously you are like shaving off a part of the pages. I think that would be like in extreme situations, Didn't want to do that. And I did some research and I found something called Absorine for, as you can see, book paper and wallpaper. And it was advertised absorbs dust, dirt, smoke film. And so I thought, I'll try it, why not? I was a bit hesitant to try it on this set though, because this set I got for a good deal, and if I ruined it, it would almost be impossible for me to get another copy. And so I tried it on a different book, didn't cause any issues to that other book, and so I'll show you really quickly what it looks like. It kind of looks like a thicker Play-Doh almost, and it has that kind of consistency. What it tells you to do is take a handful, work in hands until soft and pliable, and then wipe surface lightly in one direction using a sliding stroke evenly on the surface. After 5 or 6 strokes, reshape the cleaner by working the absorbed dirt into the cleaner, and then you can wipe off the crumbs with a towel. So I just use an old dirty hand towel. And I don't have a before, unless you want to look at that video and see what it looked like, but the after, so just to give you an example, so the bottom is very clean. That's that color. Now the top is much cleaner than it was. It's like unbelievably cleaner than it was. As you can see, there's still foxing remaining, and there's some foxing on the front side too. The bottom doesn't really have any, so clearly there was some moisture. I was doing research into foxing. It's not clear what it is, but it seems to be some interaction between the paper, the air, and the moisture that touches it, and there's some chemical reaction that goes on. Or people argue it's a type of fungus, but it could be both. But nonetheless, when I use this Absorine, like it literally looked like an eraser. I was swiping it along the top of the page blocks, and like instantly it got brighter. The pages got brighter, and I could see the stuff coming off. It's like magic. I don't know what chemical reaction is going on there, what's really going on physically, but yeah, it was very impressive, and it's instantly noticeable. So you just wipe it down. You see all the dust that came off the pages, and the pages aren't damaged at all. I did exactly what it suggested, and yeah, I mean, these books are readable now. Amazing. And so I would recommend this. This is excellent. I'd say it's really good for dust. dust. I don't know how well it does with cleaning off covers, because covers are a bit different. Maybe it depends on what they're made out of, but paper, pages, it really is remarkable. So that was the main focus of this video that I wanted to make, just a very short video here. I thought I'd throw something here at the end too, though, because it's something else I've learned recently. So a few months ago, I got a 5-volume set of the Leorgawala, as you can see here, that was published by the, the Irish Text Society. And this set I actually did order from Ireland. Let me see, I put the 2 Cows Lane at the Temple Bar Bookshop. That's where I ordered it from. I had to get it shipped from Ireland. This isn't a great quality copy in the sense that it's, it's well used and clearly has encountered some moisture along the way. I assume it's just, damp in Ireland and someone didn't, like perfectly take care of it. But one of the reasons why I did want to get it is because these are old volumes. Volume 1 was printed in 1938. We have 1939, 1940, 1941, and 1956 when they were printed. And what's interesting about that is that the pages were uncut on 3 out of the 5 volumes. Volume 2 and Volume 5 had cut pages. Volumes 1, 3, and 4 had uncut pages. It's clear that whoever looked at these, well, to tell you what the book is, it's the mythological cycle of Irish myth/history. It's the oldest book of Irish history. Yeats writes poems with characters that come up here, and it's influential in, things in this will come up in Finnegan's Wake, for example. And it was probably written down, at least we know it goes back to the 1100s, but it's almost certainly older. Leorgawala Éireann is, translate that to the Book of the Taking of Ireland, or the Takings of Ireland. And it talks about the different invasions of Ireland. The first 3 or 4 are like purely mythological, and then the last one maybe has some kind of history to it. But anyway, yeah, I had to cut the pages so that I could actually read it, because the previous owner didn't. And again, I had to look up ways to do this because I didn't want to totally mess things up, but also I didn't, I'm not going to buy some fancy page cutting device or whatever you do. So I looked it up and I found that you can use an index card. Now, I'm not an expert, so if you have like a really rare book, don't listen to me, do whatever you want, but just a simple, cheap index card. And what you do, you take the edge, and I'm just gonna simulate what it is, but you take the book, and let's say, this cover is a uncut page. You start wherever there's an opening, and you pull against the uncut page, as you'd imagine, like sawing a log. You kind of let the rough end of the index card, kind of as teeth, catch on the page that's folded over that you need to cut, and you pull against it, and you gradually work up the page edge, and then you get to the top, and then in this one I had to do the side and the top. And as you can see, yeah, this book has gotten a little damp at some point, but luckily it's not moldy, so it's fine with me. But yeah, and it does take a while. I've done 2 out of the 3 books of this one, and it took me 30 to 45 minutes, and I was being careful. I didn't want to really mess up the pages, but then you end up with this nice kind of deckled edge look, which is the reason why we have deckled edges, is to make it look like it's some, you know, fancy, rich old book that you had to cut the pages. And then I always love these kind of older copies where the pages aren't perfectly cut. All right, that's all I wanted to do in this video, show you how to clean your books and show you how to cut pages if you get an old book and you need to cut the pages. And I can say firsthand experience, both of these techniques work extremely well. That's not to say there isn't a better technique. If you know a better technique, please share it in the comments, but these both have worked well for me, and I'm extremely particular with my books, so I feel comfortable recommending them. All right, thanks for watching. Death is a Gang Boss.